category which has credit card information, like high spender, low spender, and person who uses a credit card, a premium credit card versus a low-end credit card, things like that. That's not visible either, but that's there. That's definitely there. So from a retail perspective, that's a good option. Okay, so coming back to the various targeting options, I was speaking from a B2B perspective, but if you have any other questions related to even generic Facebook targeting, please feel free to stop me and ask me. Happy to help. Then from a B2B perspective, what we normally do on Facebook is, apart from the other options which I said about specific targeting to age and gender and all that stuff, there is a category called digital activities, under which you have technology early adopters. So this section is basically a group of people who buy all the latest gadgets, use all the latest products, softwares and stuff like that. So this would be a good section or a subsection basically to go after. This would narrow down your audience. If you can't do that, then there is another option, which is targeting by specific devices. You have, you can target by most of the, Apple products. Anyone who would probably have the latest models would be the person who's more technologically inclined to buy, anything new. So this is one way of rather, narrowing down your focused audiences. Then the other way we narrow down a whole lot of segments is going after something called as small business owners. Again, that comes under digital activities. Small business owners are a group or a section of people who Facebook identifies as Facebook page owners, company page owners on Facebook. So this, let's say I choose that, then on top of that I can narrow down the audience and tell Facebook that this person should be a business owner and also have let's say work, where is work, sorry. Yeah, let's say should work in a specific segment of the industry, like admin, blah blah blah, whatever it is. We are trying to reach out to IT and technical, something like that. So this sort of narrows down the audience. Then the other option is Facebook also has targeting by employee size. Similar to what there is on LinkedIn, but it's a new feature. It's very all these business targeting options are in its nascent stages, so the information is not sufficient enough to do a very focused targeting, but it will get you the results that you're looking for. Then there is also the job titles based targeting, similar to what you have on LinkedIn. That comes under the work section, job titles. You'll have to, it doesn't give you the list. You'll have to start typing it in. Let's say you need to reach after a CTO. So you type it in, it shows the options. That's pretty much about how we do targeting for specific segments of B2Bs or B2Cs. The other one is placements. As a best practice, we don't go after audience network. Audience network is basically something similar to your GDN, gives you a lot of junk traffic. So we don't go after that. We primarily go after Facebook newsfeed. We uncheck everything else. So this is one of the best ways to ensure that you are reaching out to a very specific audience within who are engaged on the Facebook newsfeed only. Yeah, so that's pretty much about various targeting options on Facebook. Unless you guys have questions. So this is a carousel ad which Vinod was talking about. This is a group of 4 to 5 images. You can go up to 7 images, which basically highlights different things about a product, or if you have different products in specifically in a e-commerce or a retail segment. If you have different products, then you can highlight all your top sellers one by one. On desktop, it will be like an arrow mark that you have to click and browse. On mobile, it will be a swipe from right to left. So it's basically way of highlighting all that stuff, and there are multiple other different types of ads, video ads. You can do a autoplay video, something like this. This is the organic. Don't go by this, but you can use the same concept for video. Then you have your standard image ads with text on top and bottom. This is your standard ad. Standard ads are very useful, especially for B2Bs. If you're trying to promote a book or a product or a specific service, this is very useful. Then, unfortunately, I don't think I have the other ad types in my newsfeed. But Facebook keeps updating its different ad types that it has. Let me see if I can show you. Yeah, so it has these three. One is an ad with an image or video. This is your standard image or video ad. Then you have a carousel, which is a showed, and this is a new one, which is a collection. Collection is like a full-on mobile landing page experience where you can add multiple things into one ad. You can have a combination of a video and an image and the text, everything coming into one ad unit. So that you can give a customer like a wholesome experience. You can show them what your product can do. You can tell them, with your text, give some more additional information and stuff like that. So this is a very useful one. This is, as it says here, this is a full screen experience. And then there is a canvas. Canvas is again similar to this collection ad. It has a combination of videos, text, and images. So that's about the ad messaging on Facebook. Any questions? Tactical or otherwise, strategy-wise? Okay, can I move on to Twitter then? So how many of you have actually used Twitter for ads? Anyone? No one?
Once I've used. Once this analytics thing came in
Right.
last year,
Mm-hmm.
then only we have used, but it was new for us also, but nothing great fetched up from that.
Okay. Okay. Twitter requires a completely different strategy as compared to your Facebook and LinkedIn. Facebook and LinkedIn is direct targeting. What you see is what you get. Twitter needs a little more strategic and roundabout approach. So that is what I'm going to highlight here. So the way to do Twitter targeting from what we learned as an agency is twofold. Two things that work very, very well on Twitter for B2Bs. I'm speaking from a B2B perspective. There is a B2C perspective also, which I'll talk about in a minute. From a B2B perspective, what you have to go after are specific Twitter handles and hashtags, right? So let's say if you have a CTO, I'll take your example. If you're trying to reach out to a CTO, so let's just type in on the search box, you just type in CTO and see what results come up. Right. So there are like hundreds and hundreds of results. So how do you narrow it down? So the easiest way to do that is basically try and figure out from Google search what kind of magazines or places or sort of groups that these CTOs follow. So most of these magazines or groups have Twitter handles on LinkedIn, sorry, on Twitter. So for CTO, there is something called as a CTO magazine, right? So this is something every CTO probably would be following. So this is one good way of targeting. And if you put in @CTO magazine as a search word, it will also show you other Twitter handles, which are relevant to your account, right? So this is the roundabout way of doing it. It could not necessarily be a specific group or a magazine or something. It could also be a person. A lot of people are influencers within that section, right? Within that specific group of people. So you can reach out to those people as well, or followers of those people. And then hashtags also you can look at it from here, like #CIO, #CTO, #CTO, #enterprise IT, #automation IT ops. So these are very good keywords to target when you're trying to reach out to people on Twitter. From this B2C perspective, there are so many things you can do. So you have these many targeting options on Twitter. You can these are the top two options, which is your followers and keywords. Keywords are your hashtags. Or it could be just a generic keyword without the hashtag. For a B2C perspective, you can do it by interests. And when you browse interests, it has like hundreds of different categories that you can choose. Let's say if you're in retail for something related to food and drink, home and garden, I think that will be easier. So you have all kitchen, home appliances. Then you have home repair, interior decorating, landscaping. So there are multiple options that you can choose from there. Options are a little bit limited on interest on Twitter. So if you don't find your specific targeting under the interest categories, you can always use a hashtag. So the other easier or rather broad targeting option that most people don't use or don't recognize is TV targeting. Similar to what you do on a TV ad, where you, let's say strategically, if there is ad about a diamond jewelry or a marriage jewelry or something, that typically comes up during a movie or Saas Bahu serials and stuff like that. So this is the kind of TV targeting that you can do here as well, but unfortunately this is not available in all the countries. The country list is very limited. So let's say you're reaching out to an audience. For example, I mean, this is the example I can understand. If you have any other examples, you can tell me. Someone who's interested in NFL football or basketball or something like that would be easier to target using TV targeting option for a product like a Nike or a Reebok or things like that. So if you go there, you just have to add the shows. It has all the NFL football, 2016 NFL draft and all that stuff. Whatever TV shows are there will probably appear here. And if you're doing jewelry retail, I think, what was that show? Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
So can you just go back and show how can you do that?
Sure. Let me just finish this and I'll come back to that. So Keeping Up with the Kardashians would be one of your core targets because a lot of people follow them and they are like the style and industry influencers for that fashion section. So this would be a good target audience for your retail. So the way to do that is, first of all, you need to have a business page on Twitter. Once you have a business page, you just come to Twitter The easier option is you just type in ads.twitter.com. Once you have a company page in place. The other option is if you're coming to Twitter, then on the right hand side, sorry, it's not coming up. No, it's actually here on the right hand side, it's not showing it right now. There will be some options like why it's not showing. Or maybe because of the screen size, they changed the screen size. At the bottom, you'll have advertise with Twitter as a link on the right hand side, on the top of the page. So you just click on that basically. So you click on that, you will come to this dashboard. So the disadvantage with Twitter is, or rather the advantage with LinkedIn and Facebook is, you can add your targeting options, audiences and everything without adding a credit card to it. Twitter, you cannot do that. Every time you try to create an account, first thing it will ask you is to add a credit card. Only after you add a credit card or a debit card, it takes both, will it let you actually create a campaign or even see the various targeting options that you have. So once you have done that, then this is what your dashboard is going to look like. You have your campaigns, you have your creators. Creators are basically tweets, cards and media. Tweets are basically whatever you do, over that 140, 120 character tweets. Cards are, Twitter has two different card types. One is a website card, one is a lead gen card. Website card is basically something that has two pieces of information, headline, description and link to your landing page. So that appears as something, yeah, no, not this, sorry. Yeah, something like this. So this is your top level tweet, which has about 120, 140 characters. This is your headline, and there is a description, and there is a space in that card for a landing page. So when you click on it, it actually leads to either a website page or a landing page, depending on whatever you give. So that's a card in the eyes of Twitter. Any questions on that? Okay, so I guess I'm done with the core channels. Sure.
So, on Twitter, I once noticed retweeting or typing something for machine learning, and immediately within a minute, I'm added to a list that says machine learning interested. So there are bots probably building lists of people on particular topics. Is there a way to access such lists to know who are interested?
Unfortunately, no.
Platform so that they take that data and resell it. The way to access it is to use Twitter's platform.
If you want to know what you are interested in or what Facebook thinks that you are interested in, that I can show you. But if you want to know what other people are interested in, I don't think that's possible. So in Facebook, you have this arrow. You click on that, you say, why am I seeing this ad? And so it says, it gives you a standard whatever response and say manage your ad preferences. So it shows you all your interests. Whatever Facebook thinks that you're interested in. You might have just actually liked something. Facebook considered as a, sort of your interest. Yeah, so that's the disadvantage with some sort of targeting, broader targeting on Facebook. That is why we recommend narrowing it down with adding multiple layers of